Hey guys, Indiana here. We're doing a movie review. Something I feel like I've been wanting to do for a long time. I'm very into movies, so I think it'd be cool just to do it. The first series we'll be doing is Blade Runner. Doing the first one, Harrison Ford, the final cut one. It's a little bit better, I've heard. I haven't seen either of them, so it's kind of like, yay, I get to figure out and I get to rate them off my first response, which is always better than after watching it a couple times. Let that whole emotion just carry you through it. And then again, it's also sometimes better to watch it a second time just to calm yourself down from all the excitement. But here's how this is going to work. I'll rate it on a 10.1 to 10 scale for me. And I'll go into that a little bit more in a second. It was rated at 8.2. Usually, I think it got a great general response. It's considered somewhat of a classic. It is a rated R film for violence and brief nudity. So if you are going to watch this with the family, I suggest not. Also, it is a great kind of like crime little film. Like I call it a Sherlock Holmes film because that was my kind of first thing into it. It's a kind of a crime thing. You go on the case with Harrison Ford character, and really just go after whatever. This is what I'm telling you from the trailer. And looks like a great world. It's set in 2019, which is kind of funny. None of the stuff I've seen in the trailer even I don't think exists yet. So I think it's pretty cool, and I'll give you more of my review on it after I watch the film for the first time. Let me go over my scale. One will probably never happen because it has to be probably the worst film in film history for it to happen to me. Two is a bad film. A bad film can just be a film that I strongly dislike, but I encourage you to watch it still. One, if it's rated 1, I'm gonna tell you never to watch it because it's crap. Now 2 is more of a I feel like it's bad. 3, it's okay, but it could have done some better things to improve the story. 4 is kind of the same thing, but it's not as bad. 5 is you're getting into good-ish. It's barely good, but it's good. It's something that I would say you want to try to watch if you can, if you have the time. I feel like it'd be good for you. 6 is, that was good. Like, you weren't expecting it to be good. Well, actually, that's 5. You weren't expecting it to be good, and it was good. 6 is it was good without a shadow of your doubt in your mind, and you really enjoyed it. 7 would be, hey, I'm buying that when it gets out. It's a good movie. You hope to see more of it, and you liked it very much. I believe that was 7. 8 is you're going into a classic territory. 8 is just like, I mean, yeah. I forgot what I was on. Oh no. But yeah, 8 is like, oh my gosh, that was just amazing. I'm flabbergasted. I want to see more. I want more of the film. I want more of everything. I want more of that universe. 9 is probably not going to happen a lot, but if it is, it's going to happen. It probably will happen at least once. 9 is great. That's a great movie. I enjoyed every second of it. It's just a masterpiece, and it's along with 8 in the 7 to 10 is classic territory. It's just like, whoa. You see that. And finally, 10. 10 probably won't ever happen. It has to be the perfect movie, the perfect everything. I have to be so involved in the movie as soon as it begins. I'm taken by it. I love every second of it. I will plead with you to watch the movie. I will beg you to watch the movie. So that's kind of more of what 10 is. 10 might happen, but I doubt it'll happen right off the bat like we're doing. But who knows? Maybe Blade Runner will be my first 10, and that's the first one we watch. So we'll do the Blade Runner series. I also have Blade Runner 2049, and that review will be coming out next week. But without further ado, I'm going to watch the movie and give you my thoughts on it right after that. Alright, so I'll see you in a minute. Alright guys, we're back. I just finished Blade Runner. And I have to say, it's pretty good. I got thrown into the story, and it was kind of cool that sometimes they expect you to know some things. And that's just from you having to pay attention. And the story was good. I liked it a lot. It leaves a lot of questions, actually. I didn't think it was going to make me have to think that much. For something that didn't have a sequel for like, what, 30 years? They sure made you have a lot of questions. I wondered a lot of things. And this is not a spoiler, so I can't say much, darn it. But you can just see the physical emotion on some of the actors' face during this movie. And it is amazing. You could sometimes see the toll it's taking on Harrison Ford's character. And I like that a lot. Not to mention, I'll just say this without a doubt, the final boss battle, so to speak. Oh my gosh, it gave me chills just watching it all exchange and go down in a kind of weird but just memorizing way. It caught my mind more than I think most movies do, where I get bored, get on my phone for a bit, and just chill, and glancing over it at times. That didn't happen to me a lot in this film. I usually always get on my phone. But just knowing that if I missed something, that I'd have all these questions was annoying me. So I finally just turned my phone off. But it's a great movie. I give it probably... I was going to give it a 7. But now thinking about all these questions and how this movie doesn't care to answer them is compelling and not. Because, usually if it leaves you with questions, you want them answered now. I want the answers now. But in this movie, it might be the fact because they haven't answered them yet that you just don't care. But it leaves you a lot of questions. Like, I thought that Harrison Ford was, I guess, okay. Here's what I rate the movie. And then if you want to hear me go into some detail, it'll be a little bit of spoiler. So, that's up to you. I give it an 8. It was a solid movie, kept my attention mostly throughout, and left me a lot of interesting questions that makes you want to dig deeper into this world. And why I think a sequel after 30 years did so well was it wasn't a redemption story. It was because the movie was so good and left you with so many questions you wanted to come back for more. It's not like I love Star Wars. It's one of my favorite franchises of all time, but the prequels aren't the best. Now, I do like some of the prequel movies. There's only one that leaves a bad taste in my mouth, but we'll discuss that later. It felt like, though, the sequels were made more because they wanted just to make a good couple of great movies and give that plan that Lucas always had. The sequel here, you just want to dig back into the world. You want to go to that world again. It was amazing. Okay, that's my view. It's an 8. So now I will talk about some of my questions. One of mine was, I wondered if Harrison Ford was a duplicate. Or not a duplicate. I can't remember the word for it now. I just got done watching the movie, and that's kind of embarrassing. But was he one of the antihumans? Crap! The robots. And that question lingered for a long time because it's just so many things set it up and so many possibilities. It was a great movie. And so I say that you should watch it. It's a great movie. You get lost in its world, and you have a lot of questions at the end. But that's the kind of enigma about it. It leaves you a lot of questions, and it didn't guarantee that you got answers to them. It just wanted you to think for yourself. So that's why I gotta say, the sequel will be uploaded next week. I'll be doing Blade Runner 2049. And that will be kind of my stuff for this week. I have this coming up Friday. I think today is Friday when this is up. So that means my weekly devotion's already come out. So I'd like to thank you guys for watching. And until I see you later, I'll see you next time.